Hello, welcome back. I'm Statman David. Today I'm going to be answering the question, is the 3-5-2 the way forward for Manchester United? Remember to subscribe if you're new, smash that like button. But anyway, let's get this party started. A switch from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's favoured 4-2-3-1 saw the manager pick up a much-needed win against Spurs. Despite being the first use of a back three in the Premier League since March 2020, there were some positives for the Reds, so today I'm going to weigh them up against the negatives and answer the question, does the 3-5-2 best suit Man United? Instantly, the shape improved Manchester United in a defensive sense. Obviously, the performance levels were much higher, but transitioning to a 5-3-2 out of possession saw a very compact United. This restricted the space that Spurs forwards had to operate in and made United much more difficult to play through. The back five created an environment that gave a lot more freedom to the midfielders than a midfield three would have playing ahead of a back four. This allowed the outside midfielders to be a lot more aggressive in their pressing. Unsurprisingly, these players, Fred and Bruno, made the most tackles plus interceptions amongst United players, with Fred making 34 pressures, a whopping 57% increase in pressures per game this season. It was also reassuring that if these players did get bypassed, there were still extra bodies behind the ball. If Fred was bypassed in a 4-2-3-1, the opposition would be on the back four, whereas in this shape, they're not only an extra defender, but also an extra defensive midfielder too. This added aggression also increased the counter-attacking threat of Manchester United's front two, with more turnovers resulting in more transitions. We saw this for Cavani's goal against Spurs. With Højbjerg in possession on halfway, you can clearly see the compactness of United's shape. The Dane plays through to Kane, dropping off, but the midfield swarm Kane and he quickly pops it off to Son. United quickly return to their compact shape, and with no simple forward passes on, Son goes back to Højbjerg, who looks for Skip. The pass is poor and Bruno reacts, tackling Skip and starting the counter. Bruno holds it up, plays it to Ronaldo, who chops back to find Cavani, who finishes superbly over Lloris. Whilst this isn't a goal that's going to be replicated week in, week out, the compactness of United's shape will force teams to play sideways and backwards passes more often. With two aggressive central midfielders supporting the front two, there are going to be a lot more dangerous transitions than we've come to expect with United. And we know that United can be clinical in these situations with Cavani and Ronaldo. This shape also benefits the centre-backs as an extra body allows them to step out and be more aggressive. Against Spurs, it allowed them to marshal Harry Kane by man-marking him and still leaving a back four to retain the defensive structure. Varane fulfilled this role superbly, knowing when to step out aggressively and when to drop off to cover for his defensive partners. The calmness and security of Varane allowed the outside centre-backs to be more positive in possession, getting higher at the pitch with the ball, but also if United lost out in the final third, they could look to step in and win it back. This sustainability could be crucial moving forward for the Reds and led to Ronaldo's wonderful volley against Spurs. McTominay in possession, he switches it out to Shaw, who's held up by Lucas Moura, but he manages to cross. Wan-Bissaka and then Ronaldo's shots are blocked as Cavani recovers. Fred finds Bruno, whose pass is cleared. At this point, Maguire and Varane outnumber Kane, who is Spurs' only immediate counter-attacking threat. Knowing that Varane will drop off, Maguire is able to step in and get there ahead of Kane, sustaining United's attack. Maguire plays it to Shaw, Shaw finds Bruno as the playmaker picks out Ronaldo on the back post with an inch-perfect pass, only for the forward to go one better and smash the ball into the bottom corner. Again, this isn't a goal that will be scored every week, given the quality of the pass and the finish, but the concept of being able to commit opposition defenders whilst retaining safety players to recover the ball will be key. This shape also suits United's forward players. Only Edinson Cavani has the experience of playing as a lone forward in United's squad, as much as Ronaldo, Greenwood and Rashford can all play there on their own through the middle. They've shown better performances from wide areas or in the front two, where they aren't leading the line on their own. I even think Jadon Sancho can operate in this system. Against Spurs, we saw Cristiano Ronaldo and later Jesse Lingard take up positions on the touchline as they looked to receive whilst the other strike partner stayed central. If this is something that will persist, then Sancho can definitely have an impact. The caveat to this is that the extra defender means you can only get a maximum of 3 forwards into the starting 11, with 2 strikers and a central midfielder. Given the current situation and the poor defensive record, with the clean sheet against Spurs only being the second in the last 22 matches for Solskjaer's men, sacrificing a forward for a defender definitely makes sense. But given that United have 7 forwards in Ronaldo, Cavani, Rashford, Greenwood, Sancho, Lingard and Martial, without mentioning Paul Pogba and Bruno Fernandes, a back 5 isn't a long-term solution unless there's going to be some major sales or unhappy players. There are also question marks over United's first choice fullbacks playing as wing-backs. Both Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Luke Shaw are quite defensive when compared to modern fullbacks, but in terms of wing-backs, there's question marks over their end product. Whilst this can be perceived as a negative, it could also be looked as a positive. Both Alex Telles and Diogo Dalot could shine and improve the first 11, as attacking attributes are more desirable in the wing-back roles. This could also see Luke Shaw return to the left centre-back role to accommodate Telles, where the England international could provide an overlapping support as a wide centre-back, although this does take away from the security of having 3 natural centre-halves. Right now, the 3-5-2 definitely makes a lot of sense. In the opening 9 games of the season, Manchester United had some of the worst defensive rankings, and getting back to a bit of grit and team cohesion is a good approach. In fact, after Sir Alex Ferguson lost 6-1 to Manchester City back in 2011, United only scored once in each of their following 5 games, but picked up 13 points, so going back to basics for a while isn't always a bad thing. Long term, however, the 3-5-2 doesn't fix their problems and doesn't suit the squad. In Ronaldo's wonder goal that we previously covered, the same problems still exist. No players got in between the opposition's lines, and United looked to play over the opposition when they should have been looking to play through, given that is a little bit more consistent. This could be solved by playing Pogba and Bruno Fernandes as free 8s, but you are losing out on that midfield aggression, so you could be back to square one. All in all, the 3-5-2 is a great stopgap for the current United squad. It allows United to be defensively secure with a plethora of attacking talent to break the deadlock and build back their confidence. But anyway guys, what do you think? Does the 3-5-2 best suit Manchester United? Let me know in the comments below. I've been Statman Dave, we'll see you later. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, why not check out some more content on the Statman Dave YouTube channel.